itching. Uh, oh my God. Ooh, I got to turn on my fan. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me look at my YouTube channel, see if I see this live. Hold on. Let me see if I see this live. Okay. And I'm gonna start sharing it. Yeah, I see it right here. Okay. Yep. Just waiting on people to come on. Let me go ahead and start putting up this information. Hey, there's one person. Y'all come on in. Everybody come on in. Come on in. Come on in. D- oh, D'Angelo, D-E-A-G-E-L. Hello, three people. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I'm about to do an interview. I need more people in here. Okay. Make sure I got the cash app right. Okay. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. If you're watching this live, please share the live because we're about to do an interview and we want to bring more people in here. Let me share my live right quick. If you hit the like button when you come in here, that brings more people into the live. So continue hitting the like button, please. Thank you. All right, we got them coming in. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Share the live. If you hit the like button, that brings more people into the live. Give me thumbs up. Uh, Come on in, everybody. Come on in. I know I'm early. I never do my show this early, but I told y'all that I was doing the interview Wednesday. Y'all hoes forgot. Get your ass in here. Stop playing and get in here now. All right, everybody slowly coming in. My guest is waiting on me to bring him on. Uh, again, guys, if you're watching and if you if you hit the share, if you hit the like button, that actually brings more people into the live. So if you just don't want us 18 people to be in here, then keep hitting the like button because it brings more people into the live. I'm not gonna start this interview until we get more people in here because I don't want to get started. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Well, you should have brought your ass in on time. I told y'all we were starting at 7 o'clock, and it's already 24 minutes after. And the church said, "Amen." Get your ass in here. 23 people watching. We need more people in here, y'all. That's not enough. Y'all are not hitting the like button. I can see with my eyes, and you guys are hitting the like. You're not hitting the thumbs up. So if y'all want to just look at me and 2 or 3 people, then we could do that all night. Just let me know. And I'm actually sharing my live right now too as well. So all right, Steady coming in here, slowly coming in. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Come on in, everybody. Okay. Soon as I get 50 people, I'm gonna start the live. It ain't gonna take that long. Y'all just have to share it and hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. If y'all are saying hi to me, I need y'all to hit the like button instead of saying hi, okay? That helps bring more people into the live, into the show. Thank you. There we go. We need about 3 more people. Then we're gonna get it started. Okay. There we go. We need about there we go. There's Deputy D'Angelo who just popped up. He said hi. So we're gonna bring him on as soon as we get about 50 people in here. So y'all gotta share. Y'all have to share the live. Tag people into this. Everything you wanted to know about cops and behind the scenes and all that kind of stuff, and any other a lot of other things we're gonna be talking about. So just come on and tune in, tune in, tune in. There we go. I see y'all hitting the like button. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want it to just be us 3 in here watching each other. All right, all right, all right. We just need 50 people. That's it. I'm over here sharing this live with as many people as I can. We're about to start here in a minute. Okay. All right, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. We just need 20. We need 50 people. That's it. We're halfway there. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And share it too. Share it. Share it to somebody. Some of y'all ain't gonna share it because you on them government phones, a flip phone, so you're not gonna be able to share it. Amen. But share it. Share it. There we go. We're almost at 50 people. We're almost there. Okay. We're almost at 50 people. We're almost there. Hey, Angela, welcome in. I'm going to put up Deputy D'Angelo's picture here in a second, so y'all know who we're going to be talking about. This is his picture right here. So we're just waiting on him to pop up in a minute. We just need 50 people in the live. And we're almost there. We're almost there. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Y'all got to hit the like button. And I tell you, I'm addicted to when I'm addicted to this sparkling water. Oh my God, they say it give you gas, but I don't give a damn. I like it. I don't know if my glasses need to be cleaned off here. Okay. We need 20 more people in this live, and we're going to go ahead and get it started. And we're going to bring on Deputy Rolax. I hope I'm saying his name right. He going to read me. I'm just going to call him Deputy D'Angelo because I keep messing up his name. All right. We're almost there, y'all. We were there, and some of y'all fell off. Come on. Let's get him in here. Thank you for the hearts. Not the hearts, but somebody's doing the 100s over there. I don't know who that is. Hitting the little things over there. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. Y'all are not hitting thumbs up. Y'all not hitting the like button. That's why we got stuck at 41 people in here. That's why y'all not. That's why ain't nobody coming in here. Y'all are not hitting the thumbs up. What is wrong with y'all? Y'all just want us 40 people being here. All right. And we're also going to be taking phone calls as well. Angela, when you get a chance, you can post up the phone number up there once we get started. Yes. Well, thank you, Rose. How you doing? Have you ever been arrested? We need 10 more people, y'all, to get this live started. Welcome in. Hey, Lavetta. And while I have y'all's attention, don't forget my comedy show in Atlanta, Georgia. I haven't got the venue yet, but we're working on it. July 10th. And then also um, the cruise, King Weekend, another comedy show on the boat. It's on the boat, though. Don't leave it out of Galveston. Okay, let's go ahead and get the interview started. Now, a lot of folks gonna come in here once I get started and say, "Well, what are y'all talking about?" I'm not gonna even respond to them. So y'all know me. I'm gonna have an attitude when they come and ask me, "What are we talking about?" Should have had your ass on time. Did I not tell everybody it was gonna be at 7 o'clock today? Yeah, y'all forgot, but that's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would at this time, please welcome to the live. Make some noise, y'all. Get up for Deputy Rolax. I hope I'm saying his name right. Make some noise for Deputy Rolax. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I know you was like, come on with the damn show.
No, not really. But if I know you was gonna be dressed up, I would have put on a different regalia. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, who am I? PT's point of view. Okay.
What's going on?
Well, welcome in, everybody. This is, am I saying the last name right?
Rolex,
Rolex,
like the
like
watch.
what? Rolex. Okay. Well, I don't
Correct.
own one of those yet, so I don't know how to pronounce that.
Fix it,
But
Jesus.
I guess I need to start practicing. I guess I can get in contact with them guys that did that heist the other day and see if they can give me one of them. You
Have
know,
you ever been arrested?
no, I have not. Well, I have, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But I've been arrested in Wisconsin, some other folks that did.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
we'll talk about that. So, by the way, everybody, his cash app is on the bottom down there. So, if you guys feel blessed that you want to bless him, he's not asking for it. I did it because I do all of my guests like that. You can hit his cash app. But let's start out with first of all, tell us a little bit about you and the show, which is on A&E. And also, you said A&E and Discovery Channel, and it's about cops, and the jail and all that. So, start from the beginning and tell us about the show.
All right. The show is called 120 Days Behind Bars. It's on the Discovery Channel, not A&E.
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
I know old people, y'all memory bad, but
Oh.
um, but it's
Oh,
on A&E.
keep living. You'll get there one day. Okay.
Amen. What you know about anal itching? But yeah, so it features several jails across the United States
Mhm.
with problematic inmates. I was asked to be a part of it, considering I was the training coordinator for Clayton County Sheriff Office at the time. Meaning, I developed and implemented training programs for new incoming officers.
Mm.
So they wanted to highlight, I think the sheriff wanted to highlight the things that are happening inside of that jail and why he needed funds that he was asking for
For the inmates.
well, not really for the inmates, but to kind of redo the jail, fix some things, that sort of thing. So um yeah, that's pretty much what it's about. It shows the real of what happens inside of that jail. I was never a correctional officer, but in my tenure of law enforcement, I had the pleasure of working inside of a jail as a deputy sheriff when I first began in law enforcement, with the Fulton County Sheriff Office in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, they made all the deputies, before you are allotted to go to the streets and work as a street cop, you had to work in the jail 2 years and get that experience. So,
Oh, so it's
um,
still like that now?
well, for some agencies, yeah.
Okay. So I got a question. And guys, if you want to call into the show, Angela's going to put up the phone number 972-885-8492. It's only about this and nothing else. If you talk about anything else, you'll be actually automatically hung up on. So don't try it. If I had a choice of going to jail in Clayton County or Fulton County, which would be better?
I'd rather die. Neither one of them,
Wow.
actually.
Wow.
Yeah, they both are pretty
I-
bad.
And they still bad.
They're still bad.
Well, I saw this video the other day where this officer, I don't know if you've seen it or not. He was a police officer. And I don't know if he was deputy, whatever, but he was a police officer. And he beat the living hell out of this guy that had handcuffs on. He with that guy, and why do they do these things when they know they're being videotaped? Do they just forget or what?
I don't really know how to answer that. I guess it would be their temper. A lot of people don't know how to control their temper in certain situations. I think in law enforcement, you have to have a love for people and not a vendetta against someone or a group of people or whatever. Because um, when you have things like that going on inside of you, it tends to come out
Mhm.
in those situations. I've never had an experience like that. Actually, I I've been several places where I would go out and party and stuff like that on off days, and I've seen people that I've arrested and put in jail, and they're like, "Hey, man, let me buy you a drink," because of how I treated them.
Okay.
Or come to my section, we got bottles, or let me pay
Okay.
for your gas. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So I never had that experience to where I had to watch my back, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I treated people like people. I don't I've never how can I say this?
While you
I
thinking of that, while you thinking of, let me say this. So the guy that was the guy that had his hand, I don't know what happened before that, but once a person is handcuffed from behind, why would an officer, why would can
it's
he be sued for that? Can he be
it
sued for that?
yes, it's illegal. Yeah, he can be sued civilly, and criminally, and also the department that he works for can be sued.
Mm, yeah. That's
Yes.
crazy. But here's the question. I definitely have a lot of questions. Now you asked me, have I been arrested before? Yes, but it was because this queen was driving a stolen car and I didn't know it, but they let us out. And then the second time, a friend of mine was driving. That was a long time ago. That was before I had my driver license, and I couldn't drive the car away, so they took me to jail too. But that's the only.
Mm.
Oh, I had this one, and you know what? You was talking about cops, the good cops versus the bad cops. I had a situation one time where I I was on my way to a club because I was celebrating that I had got a gig. Um, and I was all dressed up and everything, and I'm going to the club, and the police stops me. White cop stops me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, and he didn't even ask me for my ID, but me knowing I don't have one, so I'm like, "You need my ID? Here it is." And he was like, "Were you really happy tonight?" I said, "Yeah, I just got this job at the club and I'm celebrating with my friends. We're gonna hang out, whoop de whoop." And he said, "Well, I didn't ask you for your ID, but if you want me to run it, I'll run it." So
Right.
I said, so he was like, when they doing this a long time, they sitting in the car, something ain't right. And baby, when he came back, he said, "You have a warrant for your arrest." I said, "What?" Yeah, it was behind somebody who used to like me, and I moved out of the apartment. It was a check that you have to write to transfer. The guy didn't like I didn't like him. He liked me, and I changed my mind, and he sent the check through. The dude was so nice. He was like, "I'm not even going to arrest you on something like this." So you do
Wow.
have, yeah. He was really. He said, "But the next time I see you, you better have to clear this up." I didn't even know what it was until I,
Mm.
contacted and that little $100 transfer fee cost me $900. They put
So
me on they put me on the payment plan. Yeah.
let me clear this up. Because we sit in the car a long time, that don't mean
Oh, they
that
don't?
you need
Okay.
to be nervous. You about to go
My
to jail.
experience.
Or you about to go to jail. The thing is that so there are two systems that we use, which is NCIC and depending on where you are in Georgia, it's called GCIC, Georgia National Crime Information System. So those things tend to go down a lot. Mind you, we're working through Wi-Fi, or if you call in the dispatch. So if your computer or your system isn't working in your patrol car, you call dispatch on the radio and run the person name, get them whatever information they need, and then they can run it at the dispatch office. If the system down, they're like, "Hey, give us a minute." The system down. So that's most of the time that's the case, because
Yeah.
if everything is working fine, we can go to our car and put your information in. It'll pop up in 10 seconds. It don't
Wow.
take that long.
Yeah.
So it's usually something going on, or they're trying to make sure that the warrant is valid or whatever the case is. So I don't want people to get nervous when you think the cop is taking a long time. Or we could be contemplating, or so everything is officer discretion except for warrants. But we could be contemplating, should I get this person a ticket? So I sit there and think, how did they treat me when I came to their door? Like, were they nasty? Should I let them
Let me
go
say
with a
this.
warning?
Mhm.
Like you think about all that, or we could just be sitting there on our phones, or texting or something, our boo things, and just forget that you
Well,
forget forget you
yeah.
right there.
Okay, well, let
So
me ask you this. And see, this is what I tell people all the time. When the police pull you over, you sometimes it's especially if you pull over you get the wrong one, you're not gonna win. Just did you see the video where the lady got the ticket and she threw the ticket out
do
the
it.
window? You were asking for it.
Yeah,
And you got your son in the car. I've
yeah.
seen a lot of videos where they got their children in the car. You're not thinking about your children. You're getting smart with the police. Yeah, they might be
Mhm.
wrong. You might feel like they're wrong, but whatever. But just go ahead and take the ticket and just try to,
Play it
go.
cool. Just yeah. Because
Yeah, just
what
as
we're not
simple.
about, what we're not going to do is have court on the side of the highway.
No,
So
but
once
see,
you start acting
that's what
like
a
all
lot.
that,
That's what
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
start
them do.
building. I'm gonna start stacking charges on you. Disorderly
Yeah.
conduct.
Uh-huh.
Um, all kind of stuff. So
And then
you done
that
took.
turns into resist and all that other stuff. Yeah. So a lot of times people bring stuff on themselves. I
Yeah.
remember the last time I got stopped by a DPS guy. But I have my ways of when cops approach me, I'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?
I
Are you
turn
right?"
around and go the other way.
And that's what he did. He was like, "Oh, I got the wrong one."
Right. Turn around and go. I ain't got
Look,
time for
look, look,
this.
I'll be like, "That's what I do." I'm like, what did I do? I swear, I'm not lying. The police pulled me up. The DPS guy pulled me over, and when he pulled up, I had my windows all the way down, y'all. I didn't have them
Mhm.
like this, and I would, and I had my ID out, everything. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, how you doing? Was I speeding?" He's like, "No, you good." He said, "Have a good day."
People like that, I have a good day. Just don't run that stop sign again.
but a
I'm
lot
not
of times, you do. The hell is that? You hear that?
that old people shit. I'm sorry. I
No, it's
don't
somebody.
do that.
It's somebody down the car. But anyway, you do have great cops, you have bad cops, and then you also have people who just be on edge. They just be on edge, and you can't be on edge with some of these cops because you just don't know. You don't never know where their heads are at. Just like the police officer that tased that little boy in Georgia. Like, dude, they was trying to tell you that the dude he went to school and he was on that bus and he was just had an attitude. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know. I do have some other questions. Why, um, when, so it's up to the police officer if they want to arrest you. So, like the situation with me, when he said I had a warrant out. So, if it's something, can they tell what it is, or they just like it's not that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of paperwork, right? It's a lot of paperwork to send somebody to jail.
Not so much now because everything is
Digital.
computerized.
Oh yeah.
Everything is digital. So not so much now. Back in the day, maybe I'm too young for that. I don't know nothing about that, but when I started,
You
we
talking about back
did
when I was arrested?
when Jesus was a baby. Um, Back when I first started, we did citations by hand. That's
Damn.
just to get us used to doing it, because if the system goes down, then you got to know how to write a ticket correctly. Because if you write it incorrectly, they're gonna throw it out in court. So
Oh.
But besides that, everything else was on computer.
Mhm. Now, in the show, on the show that you was on, uh, basically, were people getting beat up, or I mean, I saw it, but I want you to, for those who didn't see it, were people getting beat up, and if so, what was the worst case that you ever saw, or what was the worst thing that you ever dealt with?
I can honestly say I've never, well, outside of the jail, I never dealt with nasty or well, I dealt with nasty rude people, but you just got to know how to. Some people are just having a bad day, and you just
Mhm.
got to know how to turn it around for them. Because I mean, it's been several times.
De-escalate.
Yeah,
They
I will
call it
pull people
de-escalate.
over, and how I approach you is going to make you want to like kind of relax. I'm like,
Well,
hey, what's going on? What you out here speeding? Now you got to know your audience too.
yeah,
So black people, I'm gonna talk to you depending on your age. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk to you like you my auntie or my uncle or my grandma, granddaddy, or my brother, sister. I, I, I'm gonna approach you because I'm your people.
I get it.
And I feel like it's important to have cops go back to police where they grew up. You know your
And I'm
people.
glad you said, and I'm glad you said that because I want to ask you something. When I see these cops, they stop people, right? Why don't they have black and white? Why don't they mix it up? Why it's got to be two white cops or two? Why don't they mix it up, especially in the black neighborhoods?
It depends on the area. It that goes back to your command staff, which is like your captains and majors and all that stuff. They or well sometimes sergeants and lieutenants. They tend to pair up people. When you see a pair,
Uh-huh.
somebody's in something called FTO, which is field training, meaning
Mhm.
they just came to the agency or they just got certified as a cop and they need to learn the ropes. So usually they pair people with similar backgrounds, that sort of thing, so they can get along better. You know what I mean? So that's
Mhm.
usually why you see them paired like that. But it's for me, it was important to please with my people so I can look out for my people. I'm gonna say, hey, you wrong. Or hey, you right, I got your back. But if
Mhm.
you wrong, you wrong. But I'm gonna deliver it in a way that you understand and I'm not fussing at you. I'm not being angry with you. So I think that's the most important thing is that we have people that are policing our own people
Mhm. Yeah.
because we
Question.
understand each other. You know.
Yeah. I have a question. But they, oh yeah, and we do understand each other. But I saw this video yesterday in Houston. Houston was cutting up over the weekend. Thank you,
Mhm.
Cynthia. Someone said great guest. I saw this video yesterday with this young black guy, little short thing. He he got an attitude because they wouldn't let him in the club. And I was trying to say, oh, these security guards were the cops. These are Houston police. So here he is cussing out the police, which I know the police have to ignore that. But when they threatened, like, man, I'll shoot your motherfucker. That's what he was saying. I'm like, what? Like to
To
the
the
cops?
yeah.
Yes, he was saying all that. And they was trying to be nice to him. They was like, dude, because one of them cops could have just took him and body slammed it. But they
Oh,
was
they
like,
could have
dude,
shot him because that's a threat. I don't know what you got on you.
yeah.
Could have shot and killed him. That's a terroristic threat.
Yeah, and he kept saying it. They was like, "Dude, what?" And his girlfriend was trying to, because he couldn't get in the club. So a
Yeah,
lot of times, a lot of people bring stuff on themselves. And
exactly.
if there had been white officers, that might have been different.
Yeah,
Because I remember the clubs, and when these and see, and I could first of all, do you like work? Do you like doing the clubs? Because clubs could be a mess. Because people be drunk,
I don't work clubs
they be
at all.
drunk. Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
don't.
they used to. There was a club. It was a club in Dallas downtown, and the guys would get so it was a lot of young thuggish dudes. They was like, you know, they were like probably like high school, junior, not college. A lot of the NBA players would hang out there. They would get drunk and they'd be fighting. They would jump. They were trying to fight the cops.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
don't.
got a lot to do with alcohol. Because you get
So
the alcohol. That's why they tell you, you can't. Somebody told me, well, no, I'm not gonna say this, but somebody told me, well, let me say this. people want to know why the police don't be inside the club. I don't think they're allowed in Texas. They don't allow them
Yeah,
inside the club.
they're
That's
not
something else.
allowed inside. Yeah.
Mhm. And you can't even bring a gun inside the club. And people think that you can. You can't bring no gun inside no club because people are drinking.
Hmm.
And they're drunk, and somebody could grab your gun. I guess they can come in there if it's really necessary. They say,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want.
yeah. I mean, we can go in, but most of the work is done on the outside. There's no need.
That's why they have
You got
security.
people there partying. They don't need to be like, oh, the police right here. We can't. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
yeah, but that's
And that's
really up to the club. You know what I mean?
and that's what the bouncers are there for. Yeah.
Right. I don't work clubs.
Well, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Primarily because clubs, those are side jobs. I'm not trying to work for real. I'm just here to get some easy money, see here, just in case I need to take somebody to jail while I'm outside talking or whatever. I'm not really trying to slam nobody on the ground. I ain't trying to shoot nobody. I'm trying to get these little 65, $75 an hour for these
Yeah.
little 4 5 hours and, make me a little side change so I go somewhere like strip club and spend it. We got
Question.
lives too.
Yeah. So,
But
question: What have you ever stopped somebody and a female or a male ask you for favors? Like, oh, I'll do this for you if you don't. And if so, if they do that, can they be arrested for that?
nah, I never Now,
Coming
I've
soon.
gotten a lot of people try to get my phone number. They say, "Oh, you don't
What?
got no ring on," you know. It's
Trying to get
like,
out the trying to get out the ticket or just
yeah.
being
Or females like pull their shirt down. Like your shirt was like that the first time I came to this car. Now I done came back. Now your breast all out.
wow.
Your dress done slid up or skirt done like yeah. I done, it happens. Yeah.
There was a guy. He was well allegedly straight guy in the LGBTQ area in Dallas, and he was arrested. And he would arrest drag queens or trans women, and just to go have sex with them. And they finally reported him. Yeah, they finally reported him. And he would look at you and see what you was all about, and if he liked you, he would arrest you. And but it was just to take you to where he wanted to take you. And yeah,
Yeah. But what I tell everybody is bad cops is good cops, but it's also bad doctors and good doctors. It's bad lawyers and good lawyers. It's bad preachers and good preachers. It's bad in every single profession. It's good in every single profession. So I hate when people say, we hate cops. Well, who you gonna call when something go down?
that's true. I don't hate cops. I've had nothing but great experiences with cops because of the way I was raised. Some people just ghetto. Some people just rude. And then
Yeah,
you have a lot of racist cops out there. You have a lot of bad cops. You have good cops. You have bad cops. So
exactly. Yeah, you got a lot of good and bad in everything. So,
yeah.
but when
um,
I hear people say that, like, if the police, all right, when you call us, ain't nobody showing up. Well, what you go? The Lord gonna only do so much.
yeah, that's
God
true.
busy. I'm here to help you. I'm trying to help you
Okay.
because God busy with other stuff. But He sent me to help you. But you say F me, then handle it
So
on your own.
here's a great question I want to ask you. So the other month, because I do my little celebrity stuff, Shakari Richards, she got stopped by the cops, the track star, and she was so trying to work her way out of that ticket. Have
Yeah.
you ever been when you was in the Atlanta area? Have you ever pulled over a celebrity? And if so, how did you?
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
I'm sure
yeah.
they were trying to get out the ticket.
But and the bad thing about it is because I knew them and they knew me outside of because of my who I be with and all that stuff. They knew me.
We'll
They
talk
were
about
like,
that.
"Oh, I haven't seen you in a minute." And okay, well, I see you in court. Take this citation. See, I don't because
Do you?
I don't care about that.
If a person is speeding, do you have to give them the ticket, or you can just give them a warning? Depends on how fast they going. Because she was going like 100. She was
Yeah, she
talking
would
about,
have went to jail. That's considered
yeah,
a super
yeah,
speed.
she did go to jail. She's
Yeah,
like, I'm a good citizen. I don't have no warrants. I'm like, but girl, you going 100 miles an hour. That's the
yeah.
death trap. You trying to kill somebody.
Yeah, I would definitely take
Wow.
somebody there because not only are you saving their life, you may be saving somebody else's life out there on the
Mhm.
road. You know what I mean? So Yeah, you going to jail. But I mean, it's
Mm.
officer discretion up to a certain limit. You know what I mean? But you're going to jail at 100 miles an hour. Ain't nowhere around that.
So now in the jails now with this new administration that they got going on, they have because again, like I said, I've never spent the night inside of a jail, so I want to know how are they handling this the trans thing now with the you because it used to be they if you was trans they have a separate thing and so hey son Simba's on here uh
Oh, hey, so it's the
Mi-
same thing. Well,
Michael.
most recently, um, trans has been held in an area called medical. Usually, people that are very ill, sickly, or had surgery just come from the hospital and need to be seen about for a week or two or whatever. Usually, they house, but every jail is different. They some house the trans
Trans.
women with
What the-
the LGBT dorm, LGBTQ alphabet
so they have
community.
separate. Let me ask you this: does Clayton County have separate for LGBTQ? And they do. I mean, I kind of get
Yes.
that because some guys don't want to be around that, and they could harm them. But with this
Right.
administration, they don't care. They'll put them with because they know what they're doing. But what about? I know Fulton County definitely have a separate.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
still separate now. I guess it is still separate.
yeah, it's definitely separate. And then now you have even heterosexual guys that are scared when they come to jail. They say that they're gay just to go to the gay dorms
I heard
for
that. Yeah, because they
protection.
don't want to get beat up. Yeah, I heard that.
Exactly. Exactly. And then that becomes another issue when they get inside those dorms and with the people that are actually a part of the alphabet community. Um it's too many letters. It's too many letters for
I
me.
know. White people, y'all don't add no more letters to that. That's enough.
Listen, it's too many. They done took up the whole alphabet.
Somebody said your sons look like a movie star. She said I saw the show. I liked the show. Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
they hide for
yeah, they hide for protection. And I get that. Yeah, because a lot of those guys go in jail. They done done some stuff, and they knew when they got locked up. They know their ass might get on alive. So
right.
I can
Or they
understand. I
got locked
understand.
up in the area that they committed the crime, or they're running from somebody, could be gang related, something
Hmm.
like that. If it's that was the case for me, I pulled my shirt up too and took
What you doing?
sign me up. How you
If
doing?
my name, look, if my name is Terry, I'm gonna be Torino when I get in there. Okay.
I'm telling you. Shoot.
But that is crazy because, like I said, I've never been inside of a jail, but I just can't even imagine. But why is it? I mean, I understand that people do bad things. I'm not talking about the bad people, but it don't even matter if they bad. But why are jails known for being so like the food is bad? I mean, I understand that they're criminals, but just because they're criminals, they shouldn't have to, you know, eat nasty food and be treated like dogs. I mean.
Well, you have to understand that the jails and the counties are working on a budget for one.
That's true. Yep.
For two, you don't know, you can't appease everyone and look out for everyone's allergies either. So you don't know who is. I mean, they come in. Medical asks them what they're allergic to, all that stuff. So to avoid all of that and having to make food all day for thousands of inmates, hundreds or thousands of inmates, you just keep it basic, the
Mm.
very minimum that's required and necessary for a human to survive in life, period. It's not just the jail, but they don't season it because they don't, you can't,
Right. You don't know if they have diabetes or
you
whatever.
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, so you got to look out for all of that stuff. So that's why it is how it is.
Even on Thanksgiving, they don't give a.
Well, you know what? Actually, so I work for the county sheriff office and Clayton County sheriff office. I've worked inside the jail in Fulton County, and I went inside the jail of Clayton because I was training correctional officers.
Mhm.
I've seen both. Like on holidays, kind of up their game on their food. They may give them turkey, some kind of stuffing, but it's not it won't be
It ain't,
seasoned.
yeah.
So what they are allowed to do is I've seen a lot of inmates take the noodles that they buy off commissary, the seasoning in the noodle packets,
I get it. I get
and
it.
they season their food with the noodle packet seasoning. Shout
I
out
get
to ramen noodles.
it.
Um,
That's
yeah, they
crazy.
season it. So I mean, you can, but then again, you can order like salt, pepper
Oh, you
off of,
can, but
yeah,
that shit is
off of
expensive.
commissary stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, everything is expensive on commissary. Yeah.
Mm. I don't know. I probably wouldn't last 2 weeks in jail. I probably just be. I can't do no
We should
shows. I
we
can't
should
do the
put you on
TV.
90 days in. What
Huh?
is it, 60 days in?
Mm-mm. Can't do it. I can't
Yeah.
do the TV. I can't do no shows. I can't.
They do have TVs. And now,
Oh, they do.
yeah, they have TVs in the dorms. And now they're giving out tablets. You can order a tablet off commissary, listen to your podcast and look at movies or shows or whatever.
Oh,
You
so
can do that.
somebody's watching us now. Okay, probably so.
Probably.
Yeah, so a friend of mine was arrested, was in prison one time. And said, "I seen you on Maury PT." And when I was
Yeah, so you can they do that now. I think it's a tactic to keep them calm. Because imagine just sitting inside a dorm and not having anything to entertain you.
oh,
So you
yeah, that
tend
just got
to
crazy. Ugh.
yeah, you tend to act out and I mean they still act out anyway, but
Yeah.
it would happen more so when there's nothing else to occupy their time. So
Mhm. Somebody said I would be skinny, and then so you would think that they would stop reoffending because it's uncomfortable. No, some people just hood. And they just keep, and then some people just wrong with the wrong people. And a lot of times I could be wrong, but I think a lot of times a lot of people go to jail. A lot of it has to do with drugs. A lot of people go to jail be drugs and alcohol and all kinds of stuff. I went to see my husband, now my ex-husband, in prison, and I saw a lot of young boys in prison. Yeah,
yeah.
it's sad. It's
You know
really
what?
sad.
And I do once I move back to Atlanta, I do want to look into starting a nonprofit where these young men have an outlet. I know when I was growing up in Atlanta, we had different programs at the rec centers and stuff like that where you would go after school. They had like different bands, they had,
You can
different
do it. You can do it. My brother did it. My brother started
yeah.
a nonprofit school with just 8 people, and you can do it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you his phone number. You can talk to him. But look, someone wants to know: did you know? He probably don't know him because he's young. He's actually our cousin. His name was Billy Lowry. He
Uh-uh.
was a deputy. Yeah, was he a deputy for a long time at the cab? Well, that's the cab. You don't do the cab, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of cops and a lot of deputies
Yeah,
throughout
but he was.
Georgia, but
Yeah, he's probably before your time though. Yeah,
yeah, probably so. But
because you're only 25, right?
I turned 21.
Okay. Speaking of turn 28, yeah, I'm glad you said that. He just celebrated his birthday. Yeah, he just celebrated his
I
birthday.
just
So,
turned 40 March 11th.
yeah, so congratulations on your birthday. I forgot. Yeah, there it
Thank you.
is. Because I usually forget his birthday, so I'm sorry. I'm glad I did forget it this time.
Yeah,
But
we
anyway,
fight every
y'all,
year.
and he didn't ask for this, but y'all, his cash app is on the bottom. If you want to bless him for the interview, his cash app is on the bottom. Uh, Anybody have any questions? I do have some other questions. Anybody have any other questions you would
Thank
like,
you.
would like to ask? Or is there anything else you would like to say? We're not done with the show, but is there anything else you would like to add to what you're talking about as far as people in warrants and how to act? Well, we already talked about how you act when you run into the cops and so on and so on. I wanted to ask this about police. We talked about police brutality, but do they have training? Which I'm sure they do. They do have training for people to know how to treat the people once they arrest them and stuff. But why is it they just forget? They just be caught up in the moment, or they just
A lot of it is a rush. So it depends on what happened in that situation. If I just had to fight you, I had to chase you. Yeah, I'm not being nice. Like if you swung on me and I gotta swing back and we win a fight on the side of the highway.
And they could be,
I
and they could be on drugs too. That's another thing. You don't know if they're on drugs and all these different drugs they got out there now. Ooh,
yeah, yeah. So
you don't know what they could be on.
it just depends, man. There is training. There is extensive training in that. Um, once you're in, when you go to the academy, and then outside of that, you do a yearly de-escalation training, autism training. I mean, it's several trainings that you go through. And then there are some officers like me that are CIT certified, which means Crisis Intervention Team certified, which tends to deal with people on the spectrum and drug related, stuff like that. So, and then they say I'm a little touched too. That's why I get along with people on
Well, I
the
already know you.
spectrum.
I already know you're a little touched. How did you get into? How did you get in? How did you get into law enforcement? What made you want to get into it? Watching cops.
Honestly, let me tell you.
Bad
So
boy. Okay.
you know my history. I started off as a teacher. Well, I went to the Marines, then I went to college, and then I wanted to be a band director. I want to be a teacher. So I taught for a while, and all of these, I think it was I forgot what case there was, but it was a white cop killing a black guy. Then it was just back to back, back to back. And I said, you know what? I gotta get in this. I mean, that was always a second choice of mine anyway. I was a military police officer when I was in the Marines. So it was always a second choice. I say if this teaching thing don't go right, I had to choke one of these kids, then I just go be a cop. So I
Hold on,
that's
don't mean to cut you off. Look at some of the comments out here. Somebody said, "Why do they arrest the same persons over and over and they never keep them?"
it depends on the charge. So and then that's an agency and counting thing too, sheriff office thing. So so what the sheriff may say, hey, I need all of the homeless guys in front of the stores. I need them off, off the streets. So you go around the neighborhoods, you pick all them up. But that's not a serious charge. There's no reason, you know what I mean? So they get out like the next day.
Well,
And
here's the
it
situation that happened. I don't know if I told you
yeah.
this. Just last week, the young guy, 18 years old, Houston, Texas, he was already on probation for robbery, carjacking, and all this stuff. This fool he's out. He goes to Houston. Did I tell you about this? He
Mm-mm.
goes. The lady is from Austin, but she went to Houston to help her friend go through her chemo. And this fool, 18, already on probation, already on paper, probably had a damn monitor on his leg, shot and killed the woman and took her car and shot just because. He shouldn't have even been out.
Right, right. But if it's a bondable offense that they're getting arrested for, they can bond out. They can get out. And some get ORs, like meaning you just sign yourself out depending on the charge. So I mean it's a cycle. It's gonna always happen, but that's a way to keep money in the system.
That's true, yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I
hold on.
mean?
Everybody's shocked about that story. Yeah, y'all go look it up. He was on probation for all the stuff that he just did to this woman, and the woman was down there helping her friend, with her chemo, and he didn't just take the car. He decided he wanted to take her life too. Just that happened to a friend of mine. Two little 17-year-old boys in Dallas. They he was on his way back to work in broad daylight, and they just walked up to him and shot him and killed him and took his bag.
Mm. But stuff like that you can't control because if they've done their time, you can't hold them. He was out on probation, you know what I mean? So he had done his time. But what did the thing is, what do you do once they're out? Are you is someone following up with them to make sure they're staying on the right path. And this is where the community comes in. And this is what I think we're missing now is that those big mamas that, that we had, when I was growing up, everybody helped, everybody looked out for each other.
Mhm. But now they
Everybody,
cuss
everybody
young folks to cuss you out.
chastised, yeah,
Mhm.
everybody chastised everybody children.
Yeah.
You get out of jail, my grandma, your grandma, these people grandma gonna be on you. You make sure you stay out. They watching you where you're going. You know what I mean? People,
Mhm.
they being nosy at the wrong stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
And
it ain't the same.
nowadays these kids will cuss you out.
Yeah, well, they'll cuss y'all out.
Yeah, no, they won't cuss me out either. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. And it's just it's horrible, And somebody said,
The community is
one
so
thing that
scarce now. It's like we don't have it. We don't have community anymore.
Mhm.
We don't.
Oh, oh, we do have it, but we don't have it.
Well, yeah, the alphabet community. But I
Okay.
remember, and I was just talking to somebody. I remember there was a time I was growing up, and you would go to the hood. As a kid, I would go to my auntie's house and stuff, cousin's house, and you see the drug. We knew as kids, we knew they were drug dealers, but the respect that they had for us, they wouldn't sell around us. They like, hey, go on somewhere. I got something to handle. Or they'll walk away with the person, do what they had to do. Ice cream truck come around, drug dealers buying all the kids ice cream. It was a level of respect. Then now there's no respect
No
um
respect.
for anybody and anything. And then I've seen at times where the cops would arrest those drug dealers, get the drugs from them and sell them back to them. So uh I don't know, man. I just know that when I got in this, I know people say that they get in this field, oh, I want to make a change, all this stuff. That ain't what I told them on my interview. I said, first of all, I need a job. And second of all, I'm tired of you white people killing my people. And they
Mhm.
looked at me, they looked at me and said, something wrong with here. We like them. I wasn't going in there with all that. Oh, I want to save the world, all that. No, I need a good job with some good benefits, and I'm tired of
Mhm.
these white people killing my people. And I meant that.
And yeah, and what's sad though is you do have a lot of there are not I won't say a lot, but you do have black cops that are dirty too.
Yeah.
You remember the guys in Memphis how they unalived that guy? Did they
Hmm.
ever get off with that? Did they ever get off, or did they go to jail for that? They
No,
killed
they
this.
went to jail. Yeah.
They're sending them to jail, but they don't. I mean, so you gonna sit here and look at this whole Rodney King video and you say y'all got to figure out what really happened?
Right.
Really? That's why they tore that city up because y'all can't tell me that them dudes shot a guy off after they beat the hell out of Rodney King.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They beat the hell out of him. But again, I keep
Mhm.
telling y'all, when the police pull you over, it's how you be. It's your first reactions with the cops
Mhm.
is what they going on.
We
You
want to
know,
go home just like y'all go
just
home.
like
And the way people are now, you pull somebody over, they might start shooting as soon as you get to the car. We
and it
want to go
happened.
home too. We got family. Well, I'm divorced, but I still
Yeah,
got a daughter. I got a
it happened.
kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
want to watch her grow up. I want to be a granddaddy when she turned 50.
Not, damn.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
too old.
Um,
That's too
I
old.
want to watch my grandkids grow up. So we just want to get home. We ain't got time for all the
Mhm.
extra stuff. If you act like you got some sense when we come to the car, we're gonna act like we got some sense when we come to your car. Like
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it works. Um, ain't no need to be scared when you start fidgeting and all of that. Then we get a little nervous. You trying to hide
Mhm.
something
Now,
going on. So just stay calm.
yeah.
Stay
So
calm.
you served in the Marines. Thank you so much. My brother was in the Marines, and unfortunately, his life is totally different. He's gone left.
Right.
So I tell people to pray for him all the time. He was over in Iraq, and he just.
Hmm.
But what I like I told him, dude, you was in Iraq, and you came in and you created a whole school like from the bottom
Hmm.
up, and now you just done went crazy. So how do people handle that? Like the Marines, I mean, like he don't even want the money. He's like, I don't want that money. That's blood money. I'm like, well, give it to me then. Shit.
What do you mean how people handle it?
um, like you were in the Marines, you came out kind of normal, but you
I
have
was
some people.
fucked up when I went in there. So he had nothing
I
to do.
mean,
I
when
was
he got out, that's when he got out, that's he just went crazy. I'm like, what
yeah.
happened? Like, I mean, I can't imagine being in a foxhole. I can't imagine what that, and
It's
that
it's an individual thing. Like the stuff that they were doing, my parents and my grandma was doing anyway when I was growing up. You know what I mean? All that yelling and cussing and getting in your face and that I was used to
you was
that.
doing, but you was already in basic training.
I've been in basic training my whole life. I was used to it, so that it wasn't a shell shock for me. I
Right.
saw. So when I joined, and they call them platoons. In mine, I was the only black guy.
What? Where were you at?
Only black Paris Island, Beaufort, South Carolina. I was the
Oh,
only
okay.
black guy in my platoon. So you have different ones during that training time, but they're like groups. So in my group, which is called a platoon, I was in Kilo Company, third battalion. Um, I was the only black guy. So while they're yelling and spitting on, the drill instructors are yelling and spitting, I'm looking like, what the hell? Why they doing all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back at
Uh,
home. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but the white boys would just break it down because they had never had that discipline. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
that stuff will break you. It's there to mold you into what they want you to be. But if you're already that, then it shouldn't break you.
Yeah, it's no problem.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because my brother, he was at Camp Pendleton. I think that's where he was at Camp
Yeah,
Pendleton. Yeah,
penalty. Yeah.
that's California. Now back to I want to ask you for those who have not seen the show is on Discovery
Discovery Channel.
Channel, and it's called Deputy Rolex, or what is it? No, it's 100
It's
and
20 hours behind bars.
okay,
120
120
hours behind bars.
on bars. So make sure you guys go check it out. They can still see. Do you have to pay for the Discovery Channel, or is it just you have to have cable or what?
Uh, you gotta have able. No, yeah, I think you gotta pay for it. You gotta pay
That's
for it.
fine. Or
But you
you
could do
could
like the trial, 7-day trial,
right,
and
yeah.
just binge watch it,
Actually,
you know.
I have a better idea. You could take your when I lived in Atlanta, next to my neighbors, we put a hole in the wall and stick the cable through there. I'm sorry, I was supposed to tell that. I wasn't
On the
supposed to tell
jail.
that.
That's sad. With a hole in the wall.
But
Yeah.
so and then let's get more into some personal things. So you said you have a daughter.
Mhm.
Um so what about what do you do like when you in the Atlanta area? Do you know any celebrities? Like do you hang out with celebrities and stuff like that? Do you know and oh hello there, hello, welcome in, hello, welcome in, Miss Jolie, welcome in. Like being in Atlanta, there's so many celebrities there, so do you know any celebrities? Do you hang out with them? And if so, if you saw them and they were speeding, would you give them a ticket too? Would you take them to jail?
And they know it. Uh, you already know this answer,
No, I don't. I'm just
but
doing the interview. Mhm.
so Mama D from Love and Hip Hop is my godmother. Scrappy is my godbrother, the
Oh,
rapper.
wow.
Um, I be with all kind of people. Leandria Johnson, the gospel singer.
Who I
Um,
who I love. Yeah.
yeah, Leandria. That's oh my God, she is so
She is,
just a
yeah.
beautiful person. Just a beautiful
Mhm.
person. So down to earth. Very. A lot of people. I'm around a lot of people.
So I saw you hanging out with what's his name? Shamar one time. Is he cool? Shamar. That's ain't
Shamar is funny. Shamar is a part of the alphabet community. Um, Shamar, I love Shamar. Shamar is a good time.
Yeah.
It's, I
Well, I
can't
heard
think of her name.
I got Mama D's picture up here. That's a beautiful picture of her. She was just in Dallas a couple of months ago. Remember, I was telling you about she was here, and I was wondering what was
Yeah,
going on. Yeah, y'all are close. So she was saying the other day, she was saying that Love and Hip Hop is probably not about to come on again. I'm like, Mama
yeah.
D gonna be fine. She gonna be fine. She can do a little podcast or whatever she got going on. Hell, she got her own stuff going on anyway. Don't she do stuff on yeah.
She is actually we this is something we've talked about for a little minute now because she felt like it was coming to an end anyway because of the
Yeah.
ratings and all that. But we've been pitching the idea of her own show.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. Because everybody loves
also Also, she has a food truck now that she's finishing. If you don't know, she is an amazing, amazing cook. I left work on Thanksgiving. I had to work on Thanksgiving, and I left work on my lunch break and drove an hour to her house just to get her collard greens. Before
Mm-mm.
that, I hated collard greens, but um, she is a cook.
Uh-huh. Well,
She's
well,
catered for a lot of other celebrities and chief of police and sheriffs and all
mhm.
that stuff. So
Well,
she's
I guess
really
I'll
good.
find out Memorial Day weekend when I come to Atlanta. I'll see for myself.
Yeah, yeah, she's good. She's good. Hopefully I can
What other,
connect
what other?
y'all this time.
I like Scrappy, by the way. He's cool guys. What other big celebrities do you know there in Atlanta that you hang out with? Oh, you hang out with old boy Scrappy's friend, the one that got mad because they didn't pick him back up. Oops.
Chaotic.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah. Okay.
Chaotic is naturally funny.
Yeah, he
He's
is. He
he's
is. He
he
can do
just
comedy. I used to love to see him and Scrappy do their little skits and stuff. He's
yeah.
really funny. I don't know why he won't try to do. I mean, if Ti can do stand up, he can too.
I ain't never seen Ti stand up, but
Well, his stand up is his name. That's his name. I tell people all the time, comedy is not really how funny you are. It's can you sell these seats? That's what they
right.
care about. Can you pack these seats out? That's all they care about. So
Yeah.
what you do and what you get because Nene was a comedian, Tasha K did a comedy show. Everybody do these comedy shows. They don't care if you're funny or not. Can you sell the seats? That's all they care
hmm
about. Yeah.
Yeah. But chaotic is a
So
good time.
where are you located now, and what do you have, and what do you have in store for you? What's next for you as far as like, are you going to continue? I like the idea that you want to do this. What you said about was it a school or the academy or whatever? That would be great. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, and like I said, my brother, he started from the bottom up. Like I said, he started with like 8 kids in a little hole in the wall classroom. And I'm gonna show you when we get. I don't want to say it on here because I don't want nobody to know what it is. But
hmm
I'm gonna show you his school. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, and what do you have planned, and where are you located? People want to know where you're located and what you got going on.
So I am currently in Orlando, Florida. I am in the process now of moving back to Atlanta. I'm a grandmama's baby, and my grandmother has been recently asking for me to come home a lot lately, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. So I'm gonna, do what's asked of me and
Yeah.
come back
Yeah.
home. So I'm trying to come back
Mhm.
home now.
Because
Um,
listen, you only get that one grandma, that one mama. That's it.
yeah,
You
like
only
my
get that.
grandma is my best friend. So,
Mhm.
so yeah, I'll do that. And I really want to start this nonprofit because we don't have them like we used to anymore for the youth. You may find some things during the summer, but um what about the rest of the year? So I really need if anyone on here um knows how to what that process looks like and can help guide me through the nonprofit world or whatever, contact me, but or contact PT and you
Well,
guys
yeah,
can let me
later
know.
on before we close out the show, I'm gonna tell everybody how everybody can get in contact with you. I want to ask some other questions about the police stuff, and I'm trying to remember what was that I was going to ask. Oh, so now they're doing. So now they're cracking down on. I think it's in Florida. They're cracking down on the trans IDs and stuff now. So when you pull over a trans person, do are they getting arrested for having female or male on their ID and they were born male or born female? They're not. That's what.
No. But the only thing with that is, and I hate that the world is the way it is now. Uh, but whatever is on your ID is what you're being called. Or what you would go into jail under.
Mhm.
We don't argue about that and all of that stuff.
It
I
should be
try not
nothing vague to
to.
be worried about.
Right. I try not to. And first of all, everybody gonna get treated the same with me anyway, male or female. You're gonna get the same treatment, you know,
Mhm,
or in between, whatever you want to be.
mhm.
Um, Everybody get the same treatment, and then um, if your ID say male and you present yourself as a female, I don't want to offend nobody, so I'll ask. You know, um, you know, what do you want to be called? But once you get to that jail, they're going off of your ID,
Mhm.
you know. And then once you go through the whole medical process and all of that, then they'll determine where you're gonna go from there or
Mm,
whatever. So
mm.
um, but yeah,
Oh,
I don't know nothing about that arrested because
does your
I'm
heart
trying
beat
to
when you does your heart beat when you pull people over?
mm-mm. I get it. You know what? I get excited. Believe it or not, I get excited when I have to pull somebody over because it's another opportunity for me to maybe help somebody. There's been
Mhm,
times where I like this one particular instance. I pulled over a lady, young female. She had about 4 kids in the car. Her registration was suspended, and her insurance had lapsed. In that case, we're supposed to, write a citation, tow a car, all of that stuff. Um, but I asked her like, where do you stay? And I looked at her license, to see. And I went back to my patrol car, Googled it to see if she was far or not. And she was like, she stayed 2 streets over from where I pulled over from. She was picking the
mhm.
kids up from school, almost home. And she told the truth. I Googled the address or whatever. She was about 2 lights down, and I said, I'm supposed to tow your car, but you got your kids with you. It's hot outside. I mean, it's
Mm,
scorching in Atlanta, so I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I'll follow you. I'll
mm.
follow behind you to your house. But if I see you again,
Yeah.
if I see you again on these streets,
Yeah.
your stuff better be right. If it ain't, I gotta do what I gotta do. But
Yeah,
it's a chance to help somebody because all sometimes people all they need is somebody to give them an opportunity to,
I can help in it. So basically, you basically
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
it's like a cop ministry, amen.
Hey, woo,
It's
mama,
the Holy
and
Ghost cop ministry.
listen, I pray with people on the side of the road
Yeah,
at
yeah.
roadblocks. I don't play like that. It's you just never know what somebody going through, and
You never
and
know.
a lot of my blessings come from stuff like that. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm.
And you'll never find a bad review on me. I've got employee of the month a few times. Like you don't have to everybody don't deserve to go to jail.
No.
Everybody don't deserve a ticket. People's
So
situations are different.
I have a question for you. Now, people don't know, but I know that you sing as well. So have you ever thought about doing karaoke in the cop car? Have you ever done that?
That ain't a
Michael
bad
Bauer.
idea, but with somebody locking up, that'll be funny. But I have
Yeah. Go by. That's a viral moment right there. Yeah.
I have sung with several people taking them to jail. They're like, "Oh, that's my jam," yeah. Like, or somebody,
Do they have radios like FM and AM radios in the car where you can listen to the F?
man, we got Apple CarPlay. You can play music from your
Oh,
phone. Like,
okay. I didn't know
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Somebody said
it's
you are a blessing and thank you for your service and protection. Fine,
Thank you.
good police officer,
Thank you.
good officer, and he's one of the good ones. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
he's.
I don't believe in taking everybody to jail and everybody don't deserve to get it. First of all, if I give you a ticket, that means I gotta show up to court. Cause I ain't
Mm,
missing court. If I give you a ticket, I mean that. You gonna
mhm,
take it and I'm coming to court. That means it's something serious.
mhm.
But then the can I cuss on you? The messed up part about it is that most of the time they hold court on your off days, on a police officer off days. So that means you could have planned something. Now you got to cancel it because you got to go to court. If it's something serious, I'll give you
Yeah,
the
do that.
ticket,
Yeah.
the
So if you don't
citation.
show up, they just throw it out. If you don't show up, they just throw it out.
Yeah, and then they'll put a bad name like that. That mess up your name. Or you didn't even come to court. You done had this many tickets thrown out. You're not
Mhm.
credible anymore. So I need my name to speak. When they say my name and I'm coming, they like, oh Lord, he ain't about to play. Like,
Guys, I want to remind everybody
yeah.
we're sitting here talking to this young man. He goes by D'Angelo. He's on the Discovery Channel. You can go and watch it. Deputy Rolex, and his cash app is. He didn't ask me for this, but I do this with all my guests. His cash, because I put mine up. Amen. His cash app is on the bottom. A dollar sign D'Angelo Rolex 1914. So you guys make sure you go and show him some love. And y'all show him some love now, and y'all show me some love later on when I come into my show. Okay.
That
But listen, when I get to Atlanta, y'all don't remember this? What was it, 2 years ago when you took over my damn YouTube
was
channel?
last year.
It wasn't no last year.
That was last
It
year.
must have been year before, but it was like,
No,
oh, you
yeah.
know what? It was around it was when it was cold because I usually come to Atlanta around Thanksgiving or something like that. Yeah. So it must have been well, whatever year that was, that's when the what's the name was over. They closed now. And he took over my YouTube channel. Y'all probably did. You have to go back and look. But yeah, but same person, same person. Yeah, same person. Somebody said PT Hot Stars. I think
hot,
you.
hot stars.
Uh-huh. But anyway, so anybody have any other questions before we close out the line? How can they follow you on social media?
The best way to reach me is on Instagram at Zion the artist, ZionTheArtist. I'm also a singer, so that's the best
Yeah.
way to follow me.
Hopefully,
Um,
hopefully he'll be singing at my birthday show once I get my venue together.
yeah, y'all send PT a lot of money because I cost.
Ooh, well, we're gonna let the Lord lead you to do it for the Lord. Amen.
I already did my gift ministry this year, my free ministry.
I'm definitely gonna be talking to you about security for sure. That's for sure. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that later. Yeah. Okay. Well, anybody have any questions before we get out of here? Zion the artist on Instagram. You don't have a YouTube channel, right? You'll do YouTube now.
Nah.
Yeah, you just need to start singing on YouTube, man. That's.
Mm-mm.
But because you already got a head start. If I tell everybody to go to YouTube channel, you already got 26,000 people, that'll go and follow you on your YouTube. But we'll do that at a later date.
All right.
Later. So what? Okay, last question from me is: what was one of your greatest moments as a police officer? Yeah, I know so many of them, but just if you could think of one,
Yeah, it's a lot.
let's do the worst. What was the worst moment as police officer? And was it in Miami or was it in Atlanta?
The worst was in Atlanta.
Mm,
I had to fight an old man. That old man was strong. Old man was strong. I had to fight an old man that's on drugs. Now, if you know anything, people that are on drugs are
extremely
extremely strong.
strong. Yeah,
Extremely strong. And I hated it because he was such an old guy.
yeah.
Um, and I got the utmost respect for y'all seniors. Um,
Y'all, ain't nobody in here but me. Who you talking to? I'm 25. Okay.
okay, time three. No, but I couldn't let them, hurt me. So I
Yeah,
had to
that's
put
true.
it to
Yeah.
them. That was my,
You
that was
got a daughter. You got to go back home to your daughter. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense.
that was the worst.
Mm. Is Georgia open carry?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, it's open carry, but everybody. But so is it
but they
open carry
they keep
like you
them
don't need a?
concealed.
Yeah, okay, but is it open carry like you don't have to have a license or you have to have the
You
license?
don't have to have a license
That's
anymore.
great. That is crazy. That's how that. Did you hear about the girl that unalived that girl in McDonald's in Atlanta
Yeah, 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 yeah.
over some damn food?
Hmm.
Everybody don't need a damn gun.
It's an open carry, but rarely do you see people with their weapons being shown. Everybody want to conceal them for some reason.
Well, you got to
Except the
come to the.
YNs, they want to get these extended tips and put them in front of
Yeah,
their pants and try to show off, but they ain't doing that with them. I mean,
yeah, just like here in my hometown, it's a little white country town, and everywhere you go, you see them with their gun on their side. I just look at
yeah.
them. Whatever, girl.
You look at them like what?
Don't try it, bitch. I'll put this karate on your ass. Ah! You wouldn't even get a chance to get that gun. Ah! Somebody be so old hell they can't even pull out the damn gun out the damn holster. They
When
so
can
old.
those folks get help their addictions? And okay, to who's it? Desi.
That's my cousin Desi.
So unfortunately, they have closed down a lot of the addiction centers and stuff like that.
That's the Trump administration, ain't it?
It happened before Trump.
Oh, it did. Okay.
I think it's due to the lack of funding or something from the government, but they closed down a lot of those facilities. So that's why the jail is so overpopulated.
Hmm.
These people get on these drugs, they commit these crimes, and instead of getting them some help, they send them to the jail. So those correctional officers have to deal with those people. Then the correctional officers have to deal with the normal people that just did dumb stuff. And then
Hmm.
you got on top of that, you got people with different mental health issues and stuff like that that they're dealing with. And a lot of those facilities are closed down too. So they're sending them to jail. And I have the utmost respect for anyone that works in corrections because for years to deal with those type of people. So unfortunately, they sending everybody to the jail, and the help isn't there no more as readily as they used to be back in the
Hmm.
day.
My son Simba said, "I finally got me." Was this Simba or is it Gary with the T? Said, "I finally got one. I finally got me one. I need to go to the gun range. No need to have it when you don't know what I'm doing." Yeah, that's. Oh, I thought it
And
was Gary.
that's important. That's extremely important.
I'm being messy. Y'all didn't catch the T. I was being messy. Many times somebody broke in Gary's. He thought somebody was breaking his house. He didn't know how to use his gun.
That's Gary.
No, I was just saying
Oh,
that. That's what
oh
happened.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Somebody said, "Are you familiar with the Atlanta Street interview with Marcus?"
No,
No.
no. Mm-mm.
Okay, somebody said, "Hello, glad I caught the live because I have a loved one doing a bid that deals with mental health." Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Demika.
And
Demika.
you know what? And they so at my last agency, Clayton County, which you'll see on TV, they always sent me to deal with mental health patients. So what it is, they call the sheriff office and they say, "Hey, I have a son, daughter, aunt, grandma, whatever, that needs to go to one of the mental health facilities for treatment." And it's the sheriff office job to send deputies to pick that person up from wherever and
Mhm,
escort them to the mental health facility. And these
mhm,
people are off their meds, so they're acting a fool. I mean, just all over the place. They may have machetes and stuff. They're swinging at you, and they
damn.
would send me the most because for some reason, these people would calm down when they see me. I wouldn't even have to say anything. Um, but my coworkers used to say that crazy people know crazy people. That's why they would
Yeah.
calm down when they saw me. But I don't know. I'm thinking that it's something. It was something inside of me that they saw, that calms them. Or it could be that I may be crazy and they know they kind. I don't know what it is, but um
I,
uh
I know you're crazy because
that
I've hung out with you before, but I'm not gonna go into details. But I know you're crazy.
no, they don't put them in regular population in prisons or jails. They're not supposed to. Um, I know for the agencies I've worked at, they have sections just like they have for the alphabet community. They have a section just for mental health patients. I think that's vital when it comes to placing these people in jails and whatever sections, because they could be a hazard to themselves. They could be a hazard to what's considered a normal person that's incarcerated, and you don't want to put. Most people don't know the signs of mental health, so an average person wouldn't know what to look for, what's going to happen, what's happening, what's making the person do this. So they'll think that the person's just out to get them or kill them, inside of jail. So they tend to house them separately from regular inmates.
Mm. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in here, again, I am talking to Deputy D'Angelo Rolex, and you can catch the show on the Discovery Channel. And Deputy Rolex, it's a great show. You have, if you haven't seen, please go ahead and get the little free trial and watch the show. And I want to remind you guys, if you're watching, if you have any um, somebody said the alphabet community, if you have any young YNs in your family, please, now this is how can you get the police, how can you get the police in Florida to Baker Act someone that didn't meet the criteria? What's that mean?
To Baker, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, let me Google it. I agree, but my loved ones, the regular population, didn't believe they deal with mental health. Okay, let me Google this. The Baker Act.
It's some, with
What is the Baker Act?
some jails don't have the staff to deal with mental health patients or inmates. So that
Yeah,
could be the reason too.
I have it
Um,
here. It says the Baker Act of Florida Mental Health Act of 1971 allows for involuntary or voluntary temporary detention on emergency mental health examination of individuals, including children experiencing a mental health crisis. It ensures safety when a person with mental illness poses a risk to themselves or others and refuses and cannot seek help, often resulting up to 72 hours of evaluation.
Oh yeah,
And
so
then,
that's the same thing. Okay, they call it something else in Georgia. So that's the same thing. That's not a police officer thing. That's the sheriff's office thing. Usually a family member, a caretaker, or something like that will write a letter to the sheriff office or go up there, fill out a form saying that they want to have this person evaluated, and the sheriff office, a sheriff's deputy, a deputy sheriff, would go pick the person up. Um, I'm sorry, my boo boo texting me, but will pick watching the live, but they would pick them up and take them to the facility to have them evaluated. So that's not a police officer thing. Someone should reach out to the sheriff office for that. But if they don't meet a certain.
uh-oh. Tell Boo Boo to stop calling and texting. You got two phones. Tell them to text the other damn phone. Stop texting this damn phone. Stop, Boo Boo. Says that you guys are more fun to listen to. Well, thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Vanessa, I'm a woman. I'm not a guy.
Oh
No.
Lord.
So all right. So I wanna tell everybody this for those who didn't get the memo. this is what you need to do as a black person if you get stopped by the police. For you men out there, okay? Police, give me some sirens. Can you give me some sirens?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll do my own sirens. Woo! It's pulled over. This is what you do. You clutch your pearls, be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Hello, officer. How are you? So what would you do in that case, sir?
I'm well, ma'am. How are you?
I'm not a ma'am. I'm non-binary, but what can I help you with?
Do you know why I pulled you over?
No, I do not. You are
Let me
so
tell you why.
sexy. What's the tea? You're so sexy.
Thank you. You were driving while ugly.
Oh, I'm gonna call my lawyer. You know damn well you're gonna pull off. You were like, you good. I'll let
Yeah,
you go
no,
on.
don't worry about it.
No,
No, but
on a
just
serious note, y'all.
just
When you
stay
get
calm
yeah, just
and
be calm and chill,
just act
man, because
like you
you're not
got some
gonna win.
sense.
You're not gonna win, especially with the racist cops. You're not gonna win. Yeah. Everybody up in the yeah, it's just like I said the other day. But did you see the thing with a lady? He was giving her the ticket and she threw it out the window.
Hmm.
That ain't and then you got your son in the car. Like, come on. And
Yeah.
he's like, Mama, don't do that, don't do that. And you
The
just
son had more sense than the mama.
hello, and you end
But
up in
but
jail.
but then I did see him throw the ticket in the. He didn't give it to her in her hand. That was
Okay,
that.
but still though, she's not gonna win.
Yeah, she's not. He didn't give it to her in her hand. She could have fought that in court. They probably would have thrown that out if they had seen that video. So just
He was looking for a reason, basically. He was looking.
yeah.
Y'all, you have to realize this is what you have to do. Remember that some of these cops are looking for a reason. Some, not all.
Hmm.
Some of them are looking for a reason. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, keep that
Yeah.
in mind. And just be cordial. Try to be cordial, y'all. Because I think it'll piss them off more if you, act like you got some sense.
Or tell him
Especially the
your
ones that break.
nephew on TV and show him my video. They'll let you go.
All right. Yeah, common sense. It's basically common sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this was a great interview. Even though you called me and woke me up this morning. Uh,
I'm up. Everybody got to get up.
Okay, yeah. That's what the mama say. Yeah, the grandma. You have to take the highway. The highway. Yeah, when they go high,
I
when
road,
they
yeah.
go low, we go high. Yes, for sure, Obama. Yes. Well, I think
Agreed.
we covered everything. Everybody know how to find you. This was a great interview. We're 1 hour and 27 minutes, and I got to put my wig on, get ready for my show. But I appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me. And
Welcome.
happy belated birthday. Hopefully, you guys send him a cash app. He didn't ask for it, but that's just what I do with all my guests. If anybody watching ever want to be interviewed, if you have a book or if you have something going on, now I do charge, but I don't charge him. That's my son. I ain't charging him. But anybody else got anything coming? No, 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 no. You ain't doing no free interview over here, honey. No, ma'am, honey. So you let me know. I got you. You got a book coming out. You just got out of prison. You want to talk about it? You come on my show. Somebody said I had 4 keys in the back and acted
Oh my,
normal. Okay.
that's crazy.
What that mean? 4
4 kilos of
keys.
cocaine, probably.
Oh, good evening, Lawana. Bow your head. Let's pray for Lawana. Amen. And every Father right there, we want to touch Lawana. Where are some of the strangest places people put their drugs like they,
In
they
they
have to,
booties, in they vaginas. Oh yeah.
but they gonna find it.
Yeah. You go through that scanner, we gonna get it.
Wow. I wouldn't even want to touch it then. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah.
wear gloves.
Yeah. Ugh.
And if it's up in there, that's medical staff that do that. Once we take you
Oh,
in and take you to the shower, you got to squat, cough, and all that stuff. Anything fall out, that's a felony charge.
another charge. Oh wow. See, I
Another
don't know.
charge.
I've never been to prison or jail, so I don't know anything.
You want to go?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
If they let me do shows, can I get tips? Anyway, hey,
They give you some noodles.
so when are you heading back to Atlanta?
I'll be there this Friday, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, guys. When I do go to Atlanta, I'll make sure I'll go live with him again, and we'll do an update, see what he got going. How can I rematch the interview
I think that means rewatch it.
or rewatch it? It's going to be live. It's going to be only when I finish, unless YouTube takes it down. Okay. All right. Well, I think we listen. You were great. You were awesome. It was a great interview. Tell Boo Boo you're on your way, and I thank you guys. Y'all could at least gave me 100 likes before we got off this live. It could have gave me at least. It could have gave us at least 100 likes. Yeah, y'all sit over there looking. Move your damn fingers and put them. Yeah, don't. All right. Well, it's been real, and I appreciate you. And thank you, moderators. You were great tonight. And again, I hope you guys, bless them with this little cash app. And I will see y'all later on. I'm about to get ready for the show. D'Angelo, it was great. Appreciate
And
you.
I got to go to sleep. Amen. Praise God. Good
You got
night.
to work tonight or tomorrow.
In the morning.
Okay. Well, no, you ain't. Boo Boo, don't you ain't fooling us. Boo Boo been hitting up your phone or
Nah, he already said good night, so I'm good.
Okay.
They was
All
on
right.
the live. They know what I was doing.
All right, then. Bye, Boo Boo.
Good night, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Goodbye. Take care. All right, y'all. That was D'Angelo. That was a great interview, y'all. So I'm about to get ready for my show. I'll see you guys in a little. What time is it? Oh shit! I'm supposed to start my show at 9. All right. So I'll see y'all in a little while. Back with the PT's Punch. We have some sad news to report about Miss Tina Knowles. Breaking news, honey. So y'all tune in in about 15, 20 minutes. I'll tell you about it. Bye, y'all.